it's Melissa with Big Universe Music, and welcome to your very first guitar lesson. Grab your guitar and let's get started. This guitar lesson is for people who just got a guitar, or maybe you're pulling your guitar out of the closet to try again. This is a perfect very first guitar lesson for people who have no experience playing at all. In this lesson, you'll learn how to get started with your instrument, and I'll even show you how to play a simple song to practice some easy fundamentals without even having to know how to tune your guitar. If you want to follow along with the worksheet of this lesson, make sure to hit the download button in the link in the description so that you can follow along with my instructions and practice later. After you've done this lesson, you definitely want to go forward to the lesson on how to tune your guitar so that you can keep moving forward with your instrument. All right, now that we've gotten that over with, let's get started. The first thing you need is your guitar. There are a couple different kinds of guitars. There are two common types of acoustic guitars called the nylon string guitar and the steel string acoustic guitar. I have a steel string acoustic guitar, and you know that it is a steel string because the strings are all metal. If you have a nylon string guitar, some of the strings look like they're made of plastic. You might also have an electric guitar. The electric guitar is a thinner body, and you'll need to plug it into an amplifier in order to play. So make sure that if you have an electric guitar, that you've got it plugged in to an amplifier so that you can hear your guitar. Okay, now that you know what kind of guitar you're playing, let's pick it up. And if you're playing a guitar made for right-handed guitarists, you're going to set the body of your guitar on your right leg, and the neck is going to point off to the left. You'll know you're holding it correctly if the thickest string is close to your face. If you're playing a left-hand guitar, it's just going to be flipped around in the opposite direction. Just make sure that thickest string is higher up, closest to your face. I'm playing a right-hand guitar, so I'm going to set the body of the guitar on my right leg and let that neck point off to the left. I'm going to bring my right arm over the front of this part of the guitar we call the body, and that will allow my right hand to strum across the strings. My left hand should be able to move freely up and down the neck, just like this, and I'm going to need to be able to let it do that while I'm playing songs. Practice holding your guitar and balancing it freely, supporting it by your leg, or if you have a strap, you can attach the strap. But just make sure to take a moment and make sure your right hand can move and your left hand can move. Now that we know how to hold the guitar, let's make some noise on the strings. Your strings might sound different than mine if they haven't been tuned yet, but that's okay because we haven't learned how to tune our guitar in our very first guitar lesson. Let's start by giving our strings numbers today. When we number our strings on the guitar, we start down toward the floor on our first string. Our first string is the one that's closest to the ground, and then we number our strings 1 through 6, starting at the ground and going up toward our face. That means our first string is here, second string, third string, fourth string, fifth string, and sixth string. I'm just using my fingers today because we have not learned how to hold a guitar pick or how to use our different fingers. We're just getting used to how the guitar feels and where everything lives. Let's do that again. I'll get close up this time. First string, second string, third string, fourth string, fifth string, and sixth string. Now we've learned to count our strings with our right hand. Let's take a look at the neck of the guitar with our left hand. We're going to learn how to count the frets. Whenever we press down a string, in between these different metal lines that are called frets, it changes the pitch or the highness or lowness of a note. Our lower notes live toward the head, this part of the guitar, and our higher notes live up toward the body. We're gonna give each one of these metal spaces a number starting down here at the head of the guitar. And we're going to count these wooden spaces. So we're gonna count the spaces in between the middle lines going up. We have fret 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and you can keep going up if you'd like. Notice on your guitar where some of the frets have dots. These are called fret markers and help mark frets 3, 5, 7, 9, and a double dot at 12 so that we can navigate the fretboard faster. Some of them have dots on the front of the fingerboard, the fretboard, and some have them on the top of the neck here. And some guitars don't have any fret markers on the frets or fingerboard. So you're just gonna have to get good at memorizing where all of the notes live on your guitar neck. Now that we know how to count our frets, we know how to count our strings, let's learn how to press down on a string so that we get a nice quality sound. With my left hand thumb, I'm gonna put my thumb on the back of the guitar neck, which will look like this. And I'm going to take my pointer finger on the front of the guitar neck, and I'm going to try to imagine that I'm closing a circle between my thumb and my pointer finger with the string in between. That means I'm going to touch my first string with my pointer finger using the very, very tip of my finger right behind my fingernail. I'm going to find the 5th fret with my pointer finger. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm going to press down in the wooden space just behind the metal fret. You can see it close up here. I'm pressing down just behind the metal fret on the very, very tip of my finger. If you want to see, you can see my crazy guitar line on the very tip of my finger, so right here. Then I'm going to imagine that I'm closing that circle between my thumb and my pointer finger while I pluck that string with my right hand. Now, if you feel like the sound is just not coming out and you're getting this kind of sound, probably just not pressing down hard enough. This takes a lot of pressure and it might feel a little bit painful when you first get started. Now that you're able to make a sound, let's practice playing all of the frets on the first string, just like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Awesome. Okay, now that you can play all of the frets on the neck of the first string and you know how to number your strings and get a clear sound out, we can play a simple song. We're going to start with a song that most of us know. It's the most famous song in the world called Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. And we're going to do that just by playing the different frets on one string. We're going to start with our open string. And when we want an open string, we're going to see a 0. We're going to play 0 twice, 0, 0. And then find fret 7, we'll play 7 twice. Then fret 9, 2 times. And 7 once. Then 5, 2 times. 4, 2 times. 2, 2 times. And our open string again, 0, 1 time. Then 7, 7. 5, 5. 4, 4, 2, 7, 7, 5, 5, 4, 4, 2, then 0, 0, 7, 7, 9, 9, 7, 5, 5, 4, 4, 2, 2, and 0. Pause the video here and give that a try if you'd like to practice. And remember, there's a download of the PDF with the fret numbers if you'd like to grab that so that you can follow along with the written instructions. Let's take a close-up of Twinkle Twinkle Little Star on a single string. Great job. That was your very first guitar lesson. And now you know how to count your strings, count your frets, and play your very first song. Have fun practicing, and I will see you in our next lesson.